Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back with a new video. Today we're gonna discuss Bitcoin, what's been happening in the last 24 hours, what we were expecting, what actually happened, and how we did anticipate on that and react on that. So when we look at the last 24 hours, we can clearly see here that major buyers have stepped into the market, trying to push price higher, while price wanted to push lower here. So when we look at the H4, we can see that even better, where last time we did a video, price was pushing down this wick, and we said that short opportunities here were very nice to execute upon. But after the video was uploaded, I kept monitoring the markets and saw that a lot of buying volume had stepped into the market, closing the imbalance that was open in here before the close, which invalidated the signal for me. So I didn't actually take it. But what we would have wanted to see is that instead of price pushing higher, it would have bottomed out and grabbed liquidity in here to push down further to around that 60,000 level. It did not do it. It eventually just grabbed liquidity, broke this high, and now it's again consolidating in here. So yeah, very slow, very inconcise. It looks like this also could have been some sort of news that pushed price higher, or just major buying volume stepping into the market. Yeah, this can happen, so that's why we wait for confirmations and have invalidation points to assess a trade opportunity and not like blindly follow it. And also, like when you look at the H1 in here, this is the injection of volume. This is just more transactable, and we want like these kind of moves and here to the upside, and less of these kind of moves, because as we see, yes, we have here an imbalance. We here have an imbalance which gets respected, but apart from that, you can clearly see here a lot of wicks. Here you have a wick. Here you have a wick. Here an indecision candle. Now here it grabs liquidity, which is a good sign, so that is nice. And here it also grabs liquidity, which is also nice. But really, this part of the leg is just not good. We really want like this type of price action in here to break these lows, and then it's also a better confirmation. But yeah, we don't know what's happening at the moment. It could be that price may just further down. This would have to be induced then, as this may act as a magnet to push it higher. And if it does break, here is a area of opportunity, where price can move to this, and even further if in this move it creates those imbalances on the higher time frame, and maybe it can go higher, but for me it first has to break this level before we can actually move up. As when we look at like the H4, it's just transactable. You can see here that this is the same as we've seen with the H1, which isn't great. And here, yes, you have this bullish imbalance, and yes, you have this order block. You have this order block, and you have this bullish imbalance in here. But as you can see, price is directly breaking this zone, and not respecting the proximal, which isn't like a sign of it not working, but it can be synthesized that the price action isn't fluid to one side. It's more like balanced, consolidating, and waiting for a move. So we wait for the move as well, where this is a point of interest, and this is a point of interest on the H4. And on the H1 we have seen that it lies a little bit higher, where maybe we can try to scalp here for some low probability opportunities. When we look at the fundamentals, there is a major roadblock with the US government for the Federal Reserve of Bitcoin. Trump administration has pushed to establish a US strategic Bitcoin reserve, which is great for Bitcoin fundamentally, as mechanically it means that more Bitcoin is being bought by the biggest institution in the world, and that's the US government. But there is major debates on where this oversight will be, in which company or sub department it will fall, which we don't know. So major roadblock here. I wouldn't say that it has been the determining factor for like a push up or a push down, but just really keep that in mind. And when we look at the option data here, nothing much can be said. Max Pain has been going up a bit to 63k, where we are at this moment. Major levels, option levels to the put side at 58 and 67 for the call side. Puts and calls are pretty imbalanced. You see here that more calls are being bought than puts, but really nothing much significant. You can see that the really trading volume has been very skewed here to more like these levels, which is logical, as this is where price is moving now for shorter term options. And you can especially see here that a lot of bearish people who bet on Bitcoin going down more than they are like for Bitcoin going up, but nothing that significant, to be honest, nothing too worth noting down. And when you see here, in contradiction to the option data, we say that more people are positioned short, but in line with the 24-hour taker flow, the short to long trader ratio is about 2, so there are 48,000 long trades and 23,000 short trades. But it can be noted that the long traders can apply a buy and hold strategy, and short traders are more like intermediate traders, so no long term, which can be noted down. So thank you for listening to me today and watching. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.